It starts as a glitch in your daily routine, a subtle tear in the fabric of the mundane. You wake up in the middle of the night, check your phone, and the screen glows with a specific set of digits. Then you see it again on a receipt, then on a license plate 3 hours later. Your brain, wired for survival, screams that this is a pattern. The skeptic in you calls it coincidence. But deep down, in the quiet parts of your spirit, you feel a tug. You feel like you are being spoken to. This isn't just about math. It is about a hidden language embedded in the architecture of the universe. In the ancient Hebrew worldview, numbers were never just quantities. They were living symbols. They were the DNA of God's intent. We live in a culture that trains us to ignore the supernatural, to explain away the miraculous as statistical probability. But what if that skepticism is actually a blindfold? What if the creator of the cosmos is using a theological shorthand to send you a direct message, and you're leaving it on read? We are going to dismantle the noise. We are going to decode the signals. By the time this video ends, you won't just look at a clock. You will read it like a prophetic map. Let's break the code. It all begins with the singularity, the number 1. In the vast, chaotic pantheon of ancient history, the Bible drops a nuclear weapon of truth in Deuteronomy 6:4. The Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. This isn't just a statement of existence. It is a statement of absolute, terrifying sovereignty. 1 is the number of the source. It is indivisible. It is the anchor point of reality. When this number haunts your life, it is rarely a casual suggestion. It is a command for alignment. It's the universe reminding you that your priorities have drifted into chaos, and it is time to return to the source. It's a reminder of the one body you belong to. If you are seeing the number 1, stop looking for complexity. The message is brutal in its simplicity. Seek first the kingdom. Everything else is just noise, but truth requires a witness. Enter the number 2. A single point is a dot. 2 points create a line. They create direction. In the Hebraic legal system, you could not convict a man, you could not establish a fact, without the testimony of 2 witnesses. 2 is the number of validity. It is the anti-isolation number. Jesus never sent his disciples out alone to face the darkness. He paired them up 2 by 2. Why? Because there is a spiritual physics to agreement. When you see the number 2 repeating in your life, it is often a diagnostic check on your relationships. It is a prompt. Who are you walking with? Are you trying to carry a burden designed for 2 sets of shoulders? It's a call to stop being a solo act and find the partnership that validates your purpose. Then, the geometry shifts. We move to the number 3. This is where the divine rhythm begins to pulse. 3 is not just a number, it is a stamp of perfection. It creates a structure that cannot fall. The Trinity. The 3 cries of holy, holy, holy by the seraphim, echoing for eternity. But in your life, the number 3 is almost always tied to the concept of resurrection. Think about the timeline. Jonah in the whale, Jesus in the grave, darkness, silence. And then, on the 3rd day, life explodes. If you are seeing 3s, you might be in the middle of a day 2 scenario. A situation that looks dead, a failure that looks final, like Peter denying Christ 3 times. But the number 3 is the promise of the turnaround. It is the restoration. It is God saying, wait for the 3rd day. The story isn't over until the 3 count is finished. Now we scale up to the masterpiece, the number 7. If the Bible has a heartbeat, it beats in 7s. Over 700 times this number appears, and every single time it carries the weight of "it is finished." This is the watermark of the artist. The 7 days of creation didn't end with work. They ended with a profound, holy pause. The Sabbath. When 7 appears in your path, it is a signal of completion. It is the exhale after the marathon. It suggests that a cycle you have been fighting through is coming to its divinely appointed conclusion. The seals are opening. The trumpets are sounding. It is a reassurance that nothing in your life is random. It is all moving toward a perfect 7-fold resolution. But a kingdom needs a structure. That brings us to the number 12. This is the government of heaven. 12 tribes, 12 apostles, 12 gates in the New Jerusalem. This isn't about feelings, this is about architecture. 12 represents divine administration. When this number intersects your life, it is a call to order. It's about authority. It suggests that God is building something through you that requires a foundation. It's not just about you anymore. It's about your role in the larger blueprint. It is a validation that you are placed exactly where you need to be in the grid of God's plan. And then we hit the friction point, the number 40. This is the number nobody wants, but everybody needs. 40 is the quarantine. It is the wilderness. It rains for 40 days. Moses hides for 40 years. Israel wanders for 40 years. Jesus fasts for 40 days. Why? Because 40 is the number of testing. It is the period of probation that proves you are ready for the promise. If you are seeing 40, or if you feel like you are stuck in a loop, understand this. You are not lost. You are in the forge. God is burning off the impurities of your character so you can carry the weight of what comes next. The wilderness is not a graveyard, it is a classroom. And the good news about the number 40, it eventually ends. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The codes you see on your digital clock. The ones that make you stop scrolling. 11:11. You won't find a verse that says, "Thou shalt watch for 11:11," but you can read the code by looking at the components. It is the number 1, amplified 4 times. It is the ultimate wake-up call. It is the 11th hour. It signals transition. It is the bridge between the chaos of the number 10 and the perfection of the number 12. 11 is stalking you. It is a siren. It's a spiritual alert status telling you that the atmosphere is shifting and you need to wake up and pay attention. You are crossing a threshold. And finally, the sequence of 222. Triple the witness, triple the union. In a world that thrives on anxiety and separation, 222 is a download of peace. It is the stabilization of your foundation. It connects back to Genesis chapter 2:22, the very first union of man and woman. It is a sign of alignment, mentally, spiritually, and relationally. It is God's way of whispering, you are in the right place. Keep building. Here is the reality. You can dismiss these as random pixels on a screen, or you can choose to see the world as a place where God is constantly speaking. The numbers are the breadcrumbs. The question is, are you hungry enough to follow the trail? I want to know what the data says about our community right now. Which code is following you? Is it the warning of the 11s? The comfort of the 7s? Drop your number in the comments below. Let's see the pattern this community is forming. And if you want to keep decoding the mysteries of the kingdom, you need to hit that subscribe button because we are just scratching the surface. Open your eyes. Read the signs.